So, you'd like to live in a beautiful place like this? Would you like to know more about the real estate in the spot, like what you see? Well, you've come to the right place. This is the Montana Real Estate Channel, where we explore communities across the state of Montana. We check out the real estate scene, talk about various neighborhoods, discuss price points, and discover what makes these communities so great, including the landscape and landmarks. If your audio is not matching the video, don't worry, we'll fix that. But we've traveled some 180 miles and over 3 hours to bring you Whitefish Montana real estate. And the fact that we didn't get the audio on this take should not mean you should not see the breathtaking landscape of Whitefish Lake with Whitefish Ski Resort in the background. We're going to take you through the town of Whitefish and the various neighborhoods of Whitefish and discuss the real estate of the area. I'm Craig Cyphers, and along with my daughter Erica Cyphers, we are Cyphers Family Real Estate and Exit Realty Bitterroot Valley. And our family has been helping folks with buying and selling real estate in western Montana since 1966. You'll want to tap the logo on the lower right of your screen if you are not already a subscriber of the Montana Real Estate Channel, so you'll be notified of any new community videos we post. Let's go check out Whitefish, one of Montana's most vibrant real estate markets. Coming into the Whitefish area from the south, we get into the southwest part of Whitefish. This is an area called Whitefish Hills Village, and it's a development comprised of 2 to 3 acre parcels in the forest. And this development was platted in about 2016, and homes have been being built there ever since, and there's still property available. There are no properties for sale now, but the homes run between 3,000 and 4,000 square feet and have been sold between 1.3 and 2.9 million. The area outside of Whitefish Hills Village is rural alpine environment with homes on acreage from 7 acres to a 70-acre property with an assessed value up to $7 million. That was built in 2022 and is nearly 6,000 square feet. Now, this area of Flathead County is high enough that it gets out of the fertile floodplain of the Flathead River and the Whitefish River. And as you can see, it's tucked up in the trees, and the ground is pretty rocky. And the Cordilleran ice sheet covered this area many millions of years ago. And the geomorphology has been strongly influenced by that glaciation, leaving the area fairly flat, unlike the mountainous terrain we'll see to the north of Whitefish that peaks into Glacier National Park. Now, these parcels don't lend themselves to mountain views, but they are still plenty popular with buyers, and of course they tend to be larger tracts of land. So as we travel through this area southwest of Whitefish, there's a little area up here called Squirrel Lane, and I suspect that it's named after the fact that there probably are squirrels in the trees. So we'll take a look at this kind of rocky flat area that lies just a little bit south and west of the town of Whitefish. Now, into Whitefish itself, we're coming in on Highway 93. We take off to the east a little bit, and we get into what's called the Alta Views townhomes that were platted in 2019. And these units are 2-bed, 2-bath townhomes. They were built in 2022 for the most part, and they are between 1,200 and 1,400 square feet in a very beautiful area down here that has wonderful mountain views. And we'll get around the corner and we'll see a variety of soccer fields, baseball fields, a large area of community parks just outside of these. And then we'll move into the Lakes Village Phase 2 subdivision. And the Lakes is just a little bit south and east of Whitefish. And this was platted in 2004. The Lakes Village is a lovely subdivision with homes ranging in size between the mid 1,500 square feet to as much as 3,000 square feet. These were built between 2006 through 2021 or so. And the development essentially started with townhomes that you saw when we first came around the corner that were built in 2005. They're 3-bed, 2.5-bath, around 2,000 square feet. And you can imagine the appreciation these townhomes have seen over the past near 2 decades. In the single-family homes, you've got 4-bed, 4-bath homes with 3,100 square feet that go for $1.3 million. A cheap 1,700 square foot home sold in October of 23 for $725,000. And it's really a very nice development. And it's close to those community parks, as I noted. And also the hospital in Whitefish is Logan Health, a 25-bed critical access hospital serving some 30,000 people in the Whitefish Columbia Falls area and north to Eureka. The current hospital was built in 2007 and was named for Logan Pass in Glacier National Park. Its history can be traced back to 1910 with 3 nurses and a physician, and now the hospital has some 232 clinicians associated with it. Highway 93 connects Canada and Mexico, and you'll often see Canadian flags flying along with Old Glory at many businesses along this section of Highway 93. And Canada is just 65 miles to the north on US Highway 93, and you'll see many large businesses in this area. This is the Mountain Mall, including Super One Foods. We got several fast food places, restaurants, car dealerships, many other businesses such as a large Starbucks that's right there. We also have hotels, tire shops, and much more along the Highway 93 corridor in Whitefish. North on Highway 93, the traffic funnels down to a 2-lane arterial, Spokane Avenue. Spokane Avenue is lined with quaint shops and repurposed residences, shaded by trees, and gives way to a bustling downtown in the shadow of the Whitefish Mountain Resort that can clearly be seen in the background. Now, staying on Highway 93 would take you to the Roseville port of entry at Eureka, and that is just approximately 65 miles away. If we travel into downtown Whitefish on US Highway 93 from the north, traveling from the direction of Grouse Mountain Lodge and Whitefish Lake Golf Course, across the river on the Veterans Bridge and into the downtown past some very high-end condos, great restaurants like Chow Mambo and Lulu's Neighborhood Cafe, which is located in this historic building right here that was built in 1915. And of course the Whitefish Pilot right there, which is the local newspaper. Travel east on 2nd Street, you cross Baker Avenue past American Bank of Montana and Whitefish City Hall and look down the busy downtown of Central Avenue. And this fascinating business area, lots of restaurants, and 2nd Street, which is 93 of course, ends up here at the middle school for Whitefish. If we go south on Central, at the end of the street, we'll see the White Bungalow built in 1917 that serves as retail space today. And down Central, there's a lot of older structures that are little shops and makes for interesting shopping, whatever you're looking for, gifts, etc. All here in generally downtown Whitefish. End of Central, we have Whitefish Theater Company, the Black Star Brew Pub. And as we get a little further down Central Avenue, headed south, we run into the Craggy Range Bar and Grill, Montana Coffee Traders, and the Toggery, where you can get outfitted for the outdoors. And then you'll also see Stumptown Snowboards. And two of my favorite hangouts, the Remington, which opened its doors in 1908, and the Bulldog Saloon, which was built in 1903, originally named the Dodge House, later Houston Hall after Dr. Houston, who was a railroad doctor who had offices on the 2nd floor. The downstairs was called Pastimes Pool Hall, and it was renamed the Bulldog for the Whitefish High School mascot in 1983. Whitefish really is a mini Aspen. It's got so many cool shops, lots of places to eat and drink. It's a ton of fun. You can spend all day downtown Whitefish, but you want to get out, play some golf, and maybe head up to Whitefish Mountain and do some world-class skiing. Now that we have explored a little bit of the downtown, let's go and see some real estate in this area off of Railway Street. It's a mix of older retail buildings built in the early 1900s to a newer condo like number 22 that you just saw back there, which has less than 1,000 square feet. It was a 2-bed, 2-bath, sold at an astounding $890,000. And we also have a farmhouse and kitchen built here in 1905. Northern Railroad built the present depot in Whitefish in 1928, and it was designed in an alpine style reminiscent of the resort hotels built by the railroad near Glacier Park during that same era. Now, the railroad has played a pivotal role in Whitefish for over 120 years, and today the Empire Builder is a daily long-distance passenger train operated by Amtrak between Chicago and the West Coast, which travels through this historic location. Now, getting back to real estate in Whitefish, we are traveling on Montana Avenue, and this is an incredible mix of properties in the older section of Whitefish with small, and tucked in between are some townhomes and condos that can go for as much as $600,000 to $700,000 for a 2-bed, 1+ bath, to as much as nearly $2 million. So it's quite a variation of property within the Old Town section of Whitefish. Now, Whitefish has a population, according to the 2022 census, of about 8,915 people, and there was a strong element of seasonal residents, both in the summer, of course, because of Whitefish Lake, and also winter activities up on Whitefish Mountain. And the real estate is in huge demand, and we're going to dedicate most of the rest of our video to the real estate element of Whitefish, Montana. So we're going to go around some of the smaller streets in town and highlight some of the developments outside of town, and we'll get up on Whitefish Mountain as well. Now, this is a typical neighborhood in Whitefish, ranging in age from 1905, many in the 1920s to the late 1950s, and some scattered newer homes, and there's nothing for sale along this area, but you might expect to pay in the mid-400s, and this is the Whitefish Middle School. Little homes that were built in the 1920s are something less than 1,000 square feet, and you can see a variety of architectural styles, including the Craftsman. This is a neighborhood that has homes from the early 20th century and right up to the present day. The inventory of active listings went from 144 in March of 2020 and gradually dropped year over year down to 72 units in March of 2023. And in March of 2024, the inventory was standing at 100. The average sale price in town of Whitefish is roughly $800,000. And of course, that does not include any lakefront lots, which are absolutely some of the most expensive real estate in the state of Montana. And we'll get out there and take a look. The days to sell varies and averages about 60 days from list to close, depending on the amount of inventory. And in Whitefish, the largest inventory month is usually in August. And so when we get the higher inventory, you can maybe find a better deal. But the real estate prices are quite extraordinary in the town of Whitefish. So we'll just travel through this neighborhood, take a look at the new spring blooms on the trees, and enjoy. Now we're going to be coming up on the Whitefish High School, part of the high school. The high school has approximately 576 students with a student-teacher ratio of roughly 14-1. Whitefish Bulldogs have enjoyed great success in Class A sports and academics. We're now headed east on 2nd Street through an older subdivision that you can see here to a newer subdivision called High Point on 2nd Street. To give you an idea about real estate prices in Whitefish, this is just outside of the downtown, and we're going to come around a corner and see a lot that is currently under contract. It was listed at $329,000. It's this one right in front of us. It was 0.23 acres, which translates to $1,430,435 per acre. There's nothing currently for sale in here, but homes range in size from roughly 1,600 square feet to over 3,100 square feet. And they were built between 2016 and they are currently building homes in there now. The homes can sell up to 1.4 million. And the place, this High Point subdivision was platted in 2015. And as you can see, there are a lot of contemporary styles here. We saw in the older part of town a variety of styles of architecture, of craftsmen, etc. And so Whitefish is older. Whitefish was incorporated in 1905 and named for its proximity to Whitefish Lake. And the town was previously known as Stump Town for all the large numbers of tree stumps remaining after the founding fathers cut down the forest to make room for the new train depot where Amtrak still runs. So Whitefish has a deep history and a very strong real estate market. Traveling on State Highway 487 or Wisconsin Avenue. This is a major thoroughfare in Whitefish, and we're traveling south on Wisconsin Avenue in the area that we're looking at. We're looking at towards Whitefish Lake, and this is some of the more expensive real estate out to the west there, and you can see some gated driveways that serve homes on Whitefish Lake. And we'll go past the lodge at Whitefish Lake, which is right here, spectacular. I recommend that highly if you are in the area and you'd like to stay someplace while you're looking at some real estate. Now we're headed north on Highway 487 or Wisconsin Avenue headed north. This is going up towards Whitefish Mountain, and you'll find a variety of businesses here along with multifamily. You'll see some condos. You'll see some duplexes. Area to find some relatively inexpensive properties that are off the mountain and down on Wisconsin Avenue across the street from those places that front on Whitefish Lake. Now we're on the other side of Highway 487 looking west over Whitefish Lake, and you can see there are some beautiful homes here. The most expensive real estate in Montana, we have the Yellowstone Club, you have Big Sky, both of those are in Gallatin County, and you have Whitefish Lake. This is the neighborhood off of Rest Haven and Lakeshore Homes here in the Whitefish Lake Summer Homes Edition. They will sell for more than $5 million. And the homes can sit on about 1.5 acres and can be upwards of 6,000 square feet. And we have our associates that can help you with property here in Flathead County and Lake County on Flathead Lake or Whitefish Lake. And interestingly enough, lakefront property on Whitefish Lake is more expensive than it is on Flathead Lake. And you can see Flathead Lake properties in our summertime video on the Flathead Lake area. These lake lots sit just below Big Mountain Road, and Big Mountain Road overlooks the Whitefish Lake and takes you up to Whitefish Mountain Ski Resort. And you can only imagine how beautiful it is sitting in a chairlift and overlooking the valley with Whitefish Lake below. It's spectacular. I recommend it. There are a number of developments that are associated with Whitefish Mountain Ski Resort. One of them is Sunrise Ridge Development. They are single-family homes, if you can call them that. They can be between 5,000 and 6,000 square feet. They're 5-bedroom, 6-bath, ski-in, ski-out, luxury world-class homes. And these homes can be run between $2 million and $5 million. And on the other end of the spectrum, you can find condos that will run $250,000 for a one bed, one bath, 400 square foot condo. The mountain was originally called Big Mountain, and Whitefish Mountain or Big Mountain can trace its beginnings back to the late 1920s and 1930s when the Hell Roaring Ski Club skinned up the summit on wooden planks through waist-deep snow. Then came World War II, and Whitefish could have forgotten all about skiing, but after the war, the Chamber of Commerce brought in Ed Schneck and George Prentice from Great Falls to transform Whitefish into a skiing destination, and the pair went through lots. The mountain opened to public skiing, and Winter Sports Incorporated was founded in March of 1947. And it was community enterprise at the time. In 2007, the mountain was renamed Whitefish Mountain, and Winter Sports Incorporated is now owned by billionaire Bill Foley under Foley Entertainment Group. Foley also owns the Las Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL, and they're still building huge structures and homes on Whitefish Mountain. Arguably, the standout real estate development in the whitefish market is Iron Horse. And of course, Whitefish was known for its stumps and then the train or the Iron Horse. And the Iron Horse development was built in 2000 by Discovery Land Company, located on the mountain above the town of Whitefish and just below Whitefish Mountain Resort. The development features a Tom Fazio designed golf course and exquisite homes ranging in size from roughly 3,000 square feet to over 8,000 square feet, and fetching prices between $3 million and a high of $6 million, and they sell quite a few of these homes. The Iron Horse Golf Club is a fabulous 18-hole course with incredible views of the Whitefish Lake below and the rugged Montana Rockies. It's a 71-par course. It plays 7,028 yards from the championship tees and 4,846 yards from the forward tees, giving golfers of every ability a chance to enjoy the great outdoors and to hone their golfing skills. We hope you've enjoyed this Montana real estate video. Remember, if you're new to the channel, tap the logo on the lower right-hand bottom of your screen, and we'll let you know when we put up a new video of a new community in western Montana. Remember, the Cyphers family has been helping folks locate to Montana or relocate around the state since 1966. We'll leave you now with a look at the lower level of the Iron Horse Golf Course, looking into the Whitefish Mountain Resort, and look forward to seeing you on the next Montana Real Estate Channel video.